Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Menelik. I'm the Imbalance trader. In this video, we are going to do a market breakdown. It's a weekly breakdown that I do for what is to come and what I am expecting in the market. So prior to this week, I was kind of like indicating something last week. I was indicating some stuff, some level on price action last week that came true. And today is just going to be a continuation of those. So in the Telegram group chat, I was saying that I wanted to see Nasdaq get to the 4550, and it pretty much ended up closing near the 4450 level, which the reason that I was bearish on Nasdaq, I was bearish on indices and bullish on dollars. And the reason that I wanted that was because that was quite a encroachment on the weekly time frame, and we did get to that level. We rejected it and we closed pretty much near it. So Nasdaq delivered on the 4450 level, and then S&P delivered on the 4450 level. Nasdaq, I was looking at a drop all the way back to 15197, which was around the quasi-quarter encroachment. We did weak all the way through there, but we did close quite higher on Nasdaq. And DXY, I was looking at this buy side, the 104,687. We did trade through it on Wednesday. And then after that, I was looking at this volume imbalance as we did trade back into it. And right now, I'm kind of like looking to see a return probably back into this fair value gap, and then an expansion higher to take the old highs that we were looking for. So here's how the week kind of like unfolded last week. DXY get into the volume imbalance. At the beginning of the week, we were here. I was saying that I like how we traded back into a fair value gap before we move higher. And I would like to see an expansion above the 104,687, which we did. And then we'll trade back into a daily volume imbalance. And then we're rejecting higher as of now. So this is what the daily time frame looks like on DXY. Right now, I'm looking to see a retracement back into this fair value gap, at least 50% of this fair value gap, and probably an expansion higher to the high of this volume imbalance, which is 105,275. And then if we do that and we close above it, then I will look for an expansion above this old buy side around 106. So that was my expectation for DXY going into the week. On ES, like I said, last week I was looking for price to drop all the way to 4450. We did drop into that level, which is a quasi-quarter encroachment of this weekly candle. And as of this week, I wanted to see at least a close below the low of the daily fair value gap, and probably an expansion into this weekly volume imbalance, which is something. So if you look on DXY here, we did have weekly fair value gaps that we traded through last week. I was saying that. And then we also had inversion fair value gap, which we did not close above. We did not close outside of this fair value gap, and we kind of like aggressively moved lower last week. This week I wanted to see a continuation back, maybe below this week low, and probably close into this volume imbalance. On daily, we have a fair value gap that formed on Wednesday. We trade back into that fair value gap on Friday. So right now I'm looking for Monday to open, trade to the quasi-quarter encroachment of Friday's week, and then expand lower below Friday's low, which means that early in this week I would like to see price below 4440. Below 4440, if it does that, then I will be aiming for this level, which is 4410. Right now we are in a tricky market, so anything can happen. That doesn't mean that that's just the things that I'm saying are gonna happen exactly, but there's a likelihood of those things happening in terms of like me, kind of like looking at price ahead and seeing where price is going based on logical level. But we never know. News can come in and then can short price up. We close this fair value gap and move from this fair value gap targeting those all highs. We don't know. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm neutral, meaning I'm not taking any trade in this. But as I'm going to look through this week to see the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, can we close below this level and below the low of this fair value gap? If we do, I'll look for this volume imbalance right here. Then on Nasdaq, which is our last pair for the day, we did trade back as I expected because we had an inverted fair value gap. We did close in the inverted fair value gap. The wick of the candle did go outside of the inverted fair value gap, but just like to say, the wick does the damage, but the body of the candle, they tell the story. Tells you the story of how resistant this fair value gap is, and we can see the retracement and the likelihood of Dow of last week going lower. As I was saying, we did trade back into this consequential encroachment, which was a 15,197.75 that I was pointing to, and we trade back into a daily fair value gap. We did close about 25% within that in the first 25% of the fair value gap, which this week I would like to see a continuation lower to the low of this fair value gap, potentially giving us the chance to expand lower, getting back into this consequential encroachment. So on daily, this is what we did. It trades back into that daily CB to the consequential encroachment of the CB. On Monday, it opens here. Trade, but it met some resistance because of this volume imbalance. We trade through that volume imbalance on that was Tuesday because Monday was holiday. We trade through that volume imbalance. On Wednesday, we closed below 2 volume imbalance, which gives price the aggressivity and the strength to move lower much faster. Trade through the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap to the weekly consequent encroachment, and then after that we see a retracement. It closed above this consequent encroachment, and then the week closed around 25% of the first half of this fair value gap, which now I'm looking to see if we can trade back to this consequent encroachment of Fridays and then expand to take Friday's low. If we close Monday below Friday's low, then I will be aiming for this low, which is 15,125, and then anywhere between 14,950 could be a good would be a good target for me for the week. So that's kind of like my outlook for the week that is to come on both indices and the dollar. Like I said, those are just speculation. We don't know what's going to happen. Market can go whatever ways it wants to go, but those are the expectations that I have in mind. I hope this video is insightful. Those are videos that I will do every single week. I will be consistent with those videos, and hopefully you find value in them. So if you enjoy the video, like, subscribe, comment. I also want to take the time to kind of thank you guys for watching the videos. And right now we are close to 100 subs. We are one person away to get to the 100, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, my friend, safe trading and peace.